Alright, how to animate. Now let's select all these layers holding down shift, right click and press group objects. That makes it into this null here. I can give it a name if I want to. So now you can see all of it is one object now, and I can move it and rotate it all together. It's pretty cool. Let me take this to the original position where it will start off. So use the axis to move it all the way down there. Now this button here, the keyframe button, let's click layout and animation first. Resize it a little bit so you can easily use it. This is the timeline. Everything moves along here, and this is the workspace, as you already know. We press the keyframe button and it creates like a picture. It creates a picture of and remembers the place where it was at that point. Now I want to move to 30 frames later. Let's rotate him upside down. So this is going to be the next move, and then use a blue arrow to move it a bit down. Now if I keyframe this in, remember to keyframe this, now press play from the beginning, you can see that did a turn. So that's our animation. It completes the frames and the moves in between. So I want to go to 30 now. Now I've moved that to 25. At 30, let's make it roll around again. Move it up towards us even more. Now next, let's bring it even closer. Rotate it more. The same way up again. And let's go and keyframe that in. So now we've got a full circular motion coming in. So this timeline is really useful, like the whole time is basically on the timeline. Now next I'm gonna move it a bit more. Let's record that in. And I can, if I wanted to, I can move these about. Well, I'm not going to do that right now. Let me just record that in one more time. One more move. Keyframe it in. Now let's see how it looks in startup mode. Well, it looks pretty decent. Now we might want to do a camera move, so let's click camera in. We can't usually record with just moving the camera that you're looking from. We need to bring a camera in. Yeah, there we've got a proper camera. I'll put some text here on the side. This is how the camera looks. You can move it back and forth and use that. But you can also click camera, use camera, and that actual camera, and you can actually animate moving around as if you are the point of view of the camera. Now the camera can also be keyframed, so you can do a lot of cool camera moves. So let me just put this into position here. This is where I want the Gada to end up, coming to the face of the camera. Yeah, that looks right. So I want to make it look like the camera is shaking a bit before the Gada comes right towards it. So yeah, let's go to layout and animation. I want to click on the camera now, camera object, and we're going to be keyframing the camera object. So let's start off with a keyframe here, and also go to the end and make sure the keyframe is at the same point, so that whatever happens in between, it stays at the right point. So what I'm doing now, I'm just moving the camera about like it looks back and forth, and keyframing in those moves. I can do a little bit of rotation as if someone is looking back and forth, or even looking forward and back. So what I want now is I want the camera to turn towards the text right after the Gada flies past the screen. So I can rotate it like that and put it into perspective over there. Just want it to be right. Let's keyframe that in. So yeah, the camera moves like that when the Gada just goes flying past. Let me also just select this text and keyframe that in at this point, because I want it to move closer to the screen or get bigger even. So made it bigger and I want to move it, not like that, move it along the axis towards the screen at this point, and I'll keyframe that. So now you've got it moving towards the screen. There's a lot we can do in Cinema 4D. I think I'll leave it there. So like I mentioned in my last tutorial, the Gada represents bravery, confidence and fearlessness, and it's the weapon of Lord Hanuman. You can look that up if you want to know more. And I want to add a bit more detail and I want to render this out there.